So folks, Sean Mize here, and in today's video I'm going to show you the WordPress theme that I use for my website, and I'm going to just give you a little bit of insight into why I use this style of theme. And there's a lot of them out there. You don't need to use the one that I'm using, but I believe there's one critical component to the one that I use, and then I'm sharing the exact one because I find that folks ask, well, what is the exact one that you're using? But I'm going to show you a family of them, and then you can choose which ones. In my opinion, the most important element that you can now use in the modern themes is what we call responsive, which means that it will resize appropriately when someone views your website on a mobile phone. So in the past, you really needed to have a mobile optimized site and then a regular site. What I'm finding is that the easiest way to do this for a small business, the easiest way to do this is use WordPress software that is responsive so that it looks one way on the screen, and I'll just show you. So this is a non-responsive site right here. So if we squeeze it down here, then in order for somebody to view this on their smartphone, they've kind of got to scroll around and all of that. That's what we do not want. That's kind of the old style. What we want is something that works like this. So this is what this site looks like on just a regular computer screen. You can see it there. And this is what it looks like. You've got all those columns. But if we scroll this down to smartphone size, okay, then what happens is it puts everything into one column. And we've got some pieces are staying there in two. And then all of those posts that were down at the bottom where you could see there were 4 columns, it's all shrunk down to one column. So at this point, you could do a search for a responsive theme, and you could find one you like the way that it looks. I'll share with you, though, exactly what I personally use, and I buy them from Elegant Themes, and I actually use on what I just shared with you was the modernized theme, which is responsive, and I believe that's in here. And you would have thought I found it before I pulled this up, but alas, I did not. It's under responsive. How about that? Looking for a responsive theme? It's going to be under responsive. Well, it should be in there. So anyhow, these are the responsive themes, and for all I know, maybe that one is no longer available or it's been renamed. But any one of these 17 responsive themes. Now, there's other companies that come out with responsive themes, and you can certainly use those themes as well. You can certainly use any of those other themes as well. And the key here is the responsive nature of the theme. And I'll just give you an example. Let's say we pulled up one, for example, Nimble here. So when we do a live theme demo of it, we pull this up and you'll see that so looks like that's a slider. So we have 3 columns right here. And what we want to see is that when we slide this together, those columns are going to bounce up and down. So they're going to be on top and below each other instead of being squished across the board. So if I had to guess, let's just take a look at what this looks like here, down there at the bottom. So those plans and pricing, those were 3 columns. Now when we slide this together, those 3 columns, you'll see how they bounce about right there. They go from here to here. That's the responsive element. And I believe that if you're building a WordPress site today, that you should be incorporating this responsive element, even if, in my opinion, even if you are having to sacrifice some other feature that you like. I believe the sooner you get this responsive element where people can view your website just the same on their smartphone as not, that you are going to see an increase and an uptick in availability and sales in probably likely years to come.